Hi and welcome back to FX Trading Using a Robot. I'm Brad Kamel, and if you're new to my social media pages, I'm a complete beginner when it comes to FX trading. Today's video content is all about the IFX robot. We've done the setting up process, we've opened all the accounts. I wanted to get Oliver back online now just to give us a bit of a backstory with regards to the IFX robot, how it came about and how it's currently doing in the market today. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get Ollie back on the line.
Hi Brad, good morning and a very welcome back to yourself and all viewers. So what I wanted to do today, Brad, was basically give you a little bit of a backstory really to the viewers as well. A little bit about who we are, what we do, a little bit about why people should be looking at IFXRobot, and a bit of a backstory to how it all came about really. So IFX came about from myself and Robert. We both got 25 years collectively working within the financial sector, and we've done a variety of roles from trading. We've dealt with commodities, FX, equities, bonds. We've done the whole spectrum. And what we found was that there was a large shift in orders. So the company started in 2016, and prior to that, there was always manual trading. That's how clients would execute orders. That's the orders that we would receive. Everything was done manually. And what we started to see over time was a gradual shift over, increasing more and more each year over towards algorithmic orders. So orders that are placed in high frequency or done via a robot. And we saw this, and when we were working, it was terms of probably a split of maybe 80-20. And now what we started seeing in today's market, I mean, we're certainly probably at the flip reverse, 80-20 towards pro-algorithmic to 20% manual orders. So back in 2016, there was probably, I don't know, a 70-30 split, maybe 80-20 in terms of pro-manual, as opposed to the algorithmic. And what we decided to do was, take the leap of faith and start up our own company. So we left our positions within the financial sector, and we started up the software development side of things in terms of fintech, and there was born IFXRobot. So when we started the company, we didn't want to be just this average software development company, because it's got a boring sound to it, and to be honest with you, nothing fun inspiring. So we wanted to bring a couple of key things to the market. We wanted to be different from the others, but most importantly, what we wanted to do was we wanted to host and run a secure and stable environment, something that provided a steady rate of return over time against the whipsawing actions of large profits and losses. We wanted to bring a product that would bridge the gap, such as the complex systems of FX and equities, and we wanted to make them accessible and understandable to your average trader who maybe doesn't have all that experience. We also wanted to provide a more service-orientated experience, and what I mean by that, Brad, is there's a lot of companies out there who will happily sell you some software. They'll provide you the software, you pay for it, and then you'll never hear from them again. And what we wanted to provide was a more sort of hands-on approach where we take the client's hands and we guide them through the markets. It's sort of like an educational experience really, where they start with maybe little experience, and while working with us, it's our job, of course, to maintain and make sure the algos are doing exactly as they say on the tin, but also to ensure that the clients are also learning as well. Trustworthy as well. Now, we all know that trading the markets is high risk, and certainly within FX and equities, it is deemed high risk for sure. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to try and provide an environment where these risks can be reduced so that people with limited experience within the markets could enjoy them within the same manner as a seasoned trader. What I mean by that is, they're not freaking out that every second what's happening with the account, what's happening is the market's up, they're down. They can sit back and relax and know that the algo is, utilizing the markets in the correct manner, and it is trading within the parameters that they've given, and it's not deviating from that.
So thanks for that insight, Ollie, into the IFX robot. I hope our viewers are hopefully going to understand the whole process now when it comes to actually downloading the software and purchasing the IFX robot. As our viewers have seen over the last couple of videos, we've had a look at MetaTrader 4, We've had a look at opening a variance account, and I think this was the final stage in getting me started, was to understand about the IFXRobot. I've been lucky enough to meet with you quite a few times now and have many of Zoom calls, so I really do feel comfortable with the product. I have actually already started trading, which I've already explained in my other videos to our viewers, but not really caught up on this side. And what I wanted to do, Ollie, I really wanted to take my viewers through the journey of someone that hasn't got a clue when it comes to trading. You know, I hear it more and more nowadays where people are looking for that extra income to come into the household, but just don't physically have the hours or the time to go and get a secondary job. So this is going to fit in nicely with me and what I need to do, my family and my timing. But can you tell the viewers a little bit about maybe the results that you've been seeing over the last couple of months, what sort of returns some of your clients have been getting?
Absolutely. So we've actually had a really good year. 2021 has been a tough year for a lot of people. However, for us with the FX, it has been a substantially, profitable year. As I said in a few of the other videos, one of the worst types of markets for us, if there is a worst type of market, a market which is undesirable for us is probably a flat market. And a flat market traditionally would be sort of height of the summer when everybody's away on holiday, back in the days when we could go on holiday, and also in Christmas time as well. So again, everybody's taking a break. Everybody's mind is everywhere else other than on the markets. And for us, as long as there's volatility, there's potential to make money. And of course, with the situation with COVID, none of us are going on holidays, and if it is, a lot of us are doing staycations. There's a few lucky ones that get to go away and enjoy the sun on a beach somewhere, but it's few and far between. So in terms of the markets, it's also adapted towards that as well, and it's allowing us to pull in profits of anywhere between sort of 3 to 6% every single month consistently this year. So we've had a great year. Equities as well, anywhere between 2 and 5% every single month this year. So it's been a great start, and long may it continue.
So Ollie, to me they sound like really good returns, and I don't know if that's the norm, and I'm sure you can shed some light on that. But have you seen any changes in the market since the relaxation of the rules around the pandemic?
That's a good question, Brad, and I'm sure a lot of people have probably wanted to know the answer to this question. So honestly, over the last few weeks, we haven't noticed too much of a change, but I think the reason being is because it's still too early. I think the hard work that everybody's putting in, I think with everybody going down to some level of normality, I think that needs to filter into the system. And I think that we'll start to notice that the change on the economic data when it starts to come out in probably September, October time, when the hard work that people have done has had time to really sort of filter through and synthesize through the markets, and coming out through the supermarkets and through your banks and the builder suppliers and whatever it may be.
So Ollie, do you think that the reason that you've not seen much change is because the IFXRobot is so accessible? When by saying accessible, I mean you can access it on your phone, your iPad. You touched on going on holiday before. Can I still trade using the IFXRobot if I'm in Spain or if I'm in Tenerife or Ibiza? Can I still trade?
Absolutely, Brad. I mean, that's one of the benefits behind it. All you need to view the systems is some type of internet access anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's Wi-Fi, if it's 4G off your phone. As long as you've got internet access, you can see exactly what's happening on your app, or if you've got a laptop with you or an iPad, you can see exactly what's going on within your account. And like I said, with us, if you have any questions, if you're sitting on the beach with your pina colada, we're always, we encourage clients to WhatsApp us. So why not, WhatsApp us and let us know a question. We'll happily get back to you.
Yeah, well, I think that was a main thing for me choosing the IFXRobot. When I first started looking for products to use, I did make some phone calls. I'm not saying that the IFXRobot was my first port of call, because it wasn't. And I felt like it was more of a pushy sale to buy the product and your questions and answers come later, where with you guys, it was slightly reversed. It was a bit more educational up front before I actually purchased the software, which I liked. And I think a lot of our viewers who end up going out and buying the IFXRobot, it'll suit them too.
Definitely. I mean, what we wanted to do, Brad, and this is a key point, we wanted to take away sort of the financial stuffy feel around the product, and we wanted to provide a bridge for a lot more, as I said earlier on, being accessible. We wanted to appeal to your average Joe people who, maybe they don't have a lot of confidence to speak to someone on the phone who's got a lot of experience with the markets. And that's why we encourage clients to WhatsApp us. We encourage people to email us, get on the phone, speak with us. We're normal people. We like interacting with clients, and the only way that we've been able to grow is having that sort of friendly outlook, which in turn inspires confidence in people.
So Ollie, a lot of people think I'm a little bit mad because I chose to start trading FX with no experience and dive straight into a robot. But I feel with my dyslexia, if I see something working, then I can start to pick up things gradually myself. Would you say the IFXRobot is for beginners? If people haven't traded in FX before, can they pick up the IFXRobot, download the software and start making money?
The funny thing is, Brad, that I've also got dyslexia as well, so we come from the same standpoint. And what we wanted to do when we built this thing was, to appeal to people as much as possible by bringing. It is a very complex product. There's no doubt about it. The systems involved are complex, and it's highly intelligent. But from the user standpoint, we wanted to make it as simple as possible. And what I mean by that is, A, they can speak to us, but also, something like you said, downloading the app. We're the ones that will put on the software onto the account, and as long as the settings are correct and everything that you're happy with, then the algo will go away and do its thing. And as long as we're not, working off crazy settings, if it's just fairly conservative, run-of-the-mill, yes, I have every confidence the algo will start making money for you.
So Oliver, I think I'm coming to the final stages of the questions that I've wrote down and I've been wanting to ask you. But one final point, which is probably been the most daunting thing for me coming into this industry and trying to understand it. I'm following so many people now online who are professional FX traders, and it's confusing. It's still confusing for me. I think they're making it confusing. You seem to make it very simple and straightforward, but I'm hearing all kinds of technical jargon. If you see this in the market and it does this and does that, this is called this and this happens, you should do this. Does the algorithms pick that type of stuff up that they're talking about?
Absolutely. So in terms of, if you're looking at indicators, if you're looking at the MACD, if you're looking at the RSI, just to name a few, all this stuff we've already inbuilt into the back end. So the systems themselves, they take into consideration news, volume, indicators, social media trends. There's a lot of factors out there that we've already built into the algos, which what the algos do is constantly scan pretty much everything in terms of markets, news, social media, whatever it may be. They're scanning it for different trends, ideas, signals, and then once they find it, they interpret it in their own way, and then that comes out into a position on the markets.
There we have it. The account setting up process is complete. We have set an account up with Variance, we have set an account up with MetaTrader 4, and we've now finally downloaded the IFX software. I'd like to take this opportunity and thanking Oliver Templeton for his time today. He's been an absolute gem all the way through this process, and he's really helped me to start understanding more about the IFXRobot and algorithmic trading. So finally guys, don't forget, we've still got the big giveaway. We've got a few days left before we give them 3 lots of software away for free. If it's something you don't want to get involved in, you just want to go ahead and buy the IFX software, please use GCI 100, that will get you 10% off. Remember to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, turn on your post notifications. We're at the business end now guys, you're going to start seeing some of our results and it's time to make some money. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, take care.